everyone could just focus on basketball. Clearly, LeBron is not as injured as everyone's saying.
Well, even a 90% LeBron is still better than 99% of NBA players.
Was this a reach, though? And was this a way for Cleveland to get in Boston's head? Well, LeBron's injured, so they're thinking, we could just come out here. LeBron's injured. We don't have to play our game.
I don't think Boston's that vulnerable of a team to think like that. However, I think they are commercializing this LeBron injury way too much. I mean, if he was really so hurt, he'd be sitting out. He'd be sitting out Game 3.
Players like LeBron don't do that, though.
But I'm saying if he was really that hurt, he was healthy enough to play, let the game go on, let him play, and keep their mouth shut.
Because it is LeBron, you have to report every little thing.
I got a cuticle on my nail.
LeBron just sneezed. Will he play tonight? Well, it's not that the injury was so big. Yes, the injury was there, and it's going to be over-talked about because it is LeBron. But, of course, the injury is there. Like I said, I think even a 90% LeBron is still better than 99%
But I agree with Doc
the NBA.
Rivers. There's no need to keep bringing LeBron's elbow, LeBron's elbow, LeBron's elbow. There's no need to keep bringing it up. I mean, the guy went out, the guy played, and they won.
And the last series that we haven't really talked about much, the Lakers and the Jazz. Lakers leading 3-0 in this series. And Jerry Sloan he says his team's playing hard. And they look like they're playing hard out there. You see the plays, you see the hustle. Darren Williams, unbelievable point guard, just knows how to lead a team. He's trying everything possible to get Kobe off his game, get Derek Fisher out of the zone. He's tearing it up on the offensive end. They're just, at the end of the day, they're not getting it done.
And it's unfortunate because Utah is playing hard, and they don't deserve to be swept, but they're going to be swept because, I mean, let's face it. The Lakers are the world champions, and they're as hard as Utah's playing. The Lakers are playing hard, and when the Lakers are playing hard,
they're hard. Get one. Well, Game 4 is going to be at home. They win a lot at home, so I feel like, they came within a very close tip.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's why it's unfortunate that they are going to get swept because
this is a good team. And I think Deron Williams in this playoffs has shown he is better than Chris Paul. I think, in my opinion, going in, I could be throwing around Nash, Paul, Williams. Chris Paul, where is Chris Paul?
He was hurt all year, and this team's not in the playoffs.
I think he's on the 9th hole right now, probably.
All right.
Playing some golf.
Well, that covers our playoffs recap, but let's get to the countdown.
Well, getting into
James, wait. James has to do his countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You happy now?
I'm very happy. Go ahead.
This week's countdown, we're going to focus on home courts throughout these playoffs. As we saw last night, Utah. There's a lot of great atmosphere that comes out in home playoff games. So I'm counting down the top 5 toughest places to play at. Not necessarily playoff speaking, but in general. And number 5. This is a new entry. Their home record wasn't nothing to really speak about. They 27-14 at home this year. I'm going to go with Oklahoma City Thunder because that playoff atmosphere. Yeah, they still lost 1 out of 2 to the Lakers at home, but just that atmosphere was unbelievable. And just something I read about that Ford Center, which is in Oklahoma City. Most NBA stadiums are built with an arc at the top of the roof. This one's flat at the top. Something about that is making the noise levels really go nutty over there. Maybe that's why the Lakers had such a hard time playing there.
Well, the crowd factors into it, and I think because of the fact that Oklahoma City is young, they're energetic, and this is new to them.
Everything's new, right?
That city's new to them. That team, the fans in that arena are really going to elevate their voices and really elevate, which is going to transition to them playing on the court.
Right.
So
what I need to see is this kind of enthusiasm and atmosphere going to be a mainstay in Oklahoma City, or is this just like, Cinderella going to the party for the first time, and that's why we're happy?
Well, to make a comparison, I kind of want to compare Oklahoma City to going back a couple of years ago, the Arco Arena, because Arco Arena was probably one of the toughest places to play, on Sacramento's home court, and I think I agree with you, DP.
And when we saw Stockton and Malone go into Arco and have trouble playing there, just like Gasol and Kobe had trouble going into the Ford Center and playing there. Very good comparison. Moving on, I'd have to go we were just talking about them, Phoenix. I don't know. There's something about the desert. I think the people in Phoenix, I've seen the crowd, it's not. I was looking at the capacity. There's no more than 18,000, but something that there's a very high level of enthusiasm in that crowd.
Probably the dry heat out there.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Playoff
basketball always draws.
Yeah. Well, and they're selling out every night. They only have 18,000 capacity, and that's what they do every night though. Throughout the regular season, they average about 17,000.
And again, with Phoenix, I think it's because of that whole personal level with the city of Phoenix.
Yeah.
I think that's really brings up the crowd. It brings up the crowd.
They love their sons.
Yeah.
And everything that they've done, like we were talking about before, the Los Suns jerseys.
Yeah.
They really have a good thing going with their community.
Fan-player relation. Yeah.
Right.
All right, what's number 3?
I got to go with the world champion, Lakers. I know it's also the Clippers' home, too, but let's face it.
Seats are purple. Seats are purple.
When you go into the Staples Center, you're not intimidated when the Clippers are the home team. But
seats are purple.
When the Lake Show is at home, but I believe this is the first home crowd that they dim the lights in the stadium.
Well, actually,
if you've never noticed that, guys.
Well, that's what they used to do at the Great Western Forum. And Magic Johnson, when they moved over and they built the Staples Center, Magic Johnson said that's how they should put it that way because it makes it more of that
right. So a lot more focus on the crowd. A lot
on
less,
the court.
I mean on the court, and a lot less ambient light on the crowd. It's very dark, but they do about 19 to 20,000 every night, average for the season. I mean, playoffs, forget about it. It's ridiculous.
But
in there.
I can't stand their announcer. Like every time he says something, I always feel like he's just gonna fall, like off wherever he's sitting, just like fall asleep or something. He's so old. He sounds so old when he says Kobe.
Yeah.
Bryant.
Well, I think also LA's got that mystique of the celebrities and everything. I think that's very cool also.
And what about Jack?
Yeah, I mean, Jack, you talk about intimidation. All you got to do is look at the Joker that's sitting on the I mean, literally, I'm not making fun of him as a Joker.
He should be the fan of the
week. He was the Joker.
He should be the fan of the week.
Yeah.
He is the fan of the week. I just made him the fan of the week.
2, I got to go with Cleveland. I mean, they have the best home record in the regular season now, back-to-back years, 35-6 this year. They're doing about close to 20,000 people per game, I believe, which is second to the Bulls only. Bulls have the most highest attendance per game this year. Cleveland is second, but, I mean, they didn't lose their first game, I believe, in the 08-09 season until May. I mean, second 2 months into the season.
And ironically, it was to the Lakers, I believe.
Yeah. And, I mean, this year was a little bit different. They lost their first game at home this year. But, I mean, still only 6 losses throughout the regular season. And to finish it off, I got to go with Utah. Now, obviously, this is coming off the heels of them losing last night at home.
Yeah, but that place was loud. That place was rocking.
I actually have a stat here that floor readings, which is now it's called the Energy Solutions Arena. We all know it as the Delta Center throughout those years with Malone. They had decibel readings from floor level there. It's the equivalent to a jet takeoff. They've nicknamed this place the Decibel Arena. I mean, everyone's seen it. Cameras shake there when they show highlights from those games. I mean, that is intimidation. Going up to the high altitude, and I don't know if that's a myth or not, but the air is thinner, harder to play there. The crowd's nutty.
Now, can I ask you, how do you leave off Orlando off this list?
I leave Orlando. I mean, Orlando.
How about MSG? How do you leave off Madison Square Garden?
Because the Knicks stink.
I don't care. The Knicks stink.
That's how they stink.
But did you see when Tracy McGrady came over in that trade, that one game? Did you see how loud it could be in the Garden?
But you know what? We'll talk about that when the Knicks sign players. When the Knicks sign players, we'll talk about that.
Now, notice every team I named is a playoff team on this list, and I did leave Orlando off. They only had 7 losses this year, but that's the number of losses they had at home. When I've seen them in this playoff series and the one previously, they haven't lost the whole playoffs this year, so obviously they got something right. I just don't see that craze in Orlando. Whereas these 5, it's just nutty.
Because I guess Floridians are too laid back.
Yeah.
All right, well, that does it for us. Stay connected with us.
Happy Mother's Day, too.
Oh, yeah,
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. I totally forgot it was Mother's Day, and I do apologize.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody, but stay connected with us during the week and check us out on iTunes and YouTube. Happy Mother's Day. Again, this is Talkin Hoopz, and you're listening to it on chataboutit.com. I'm AJ, and we'll catch you guys on the rebound.
See you later, guys.
Adios.
I don't know. I love it. Did you give up pork? That would be correct, brother. I got a bean pie shack. You know me. Oh.